Fellas, we're here. Thanksgiving. 90% of the teams in a playoff spot in fantasy football on American Thanksgiving make the playoffs. I don't know if that's true, but we're going to go with it. Now, looking at the standings of R.R.I Invitational here, we've got quite a few playoff spots still up for grabs. We got 3 teams at 5 and 7, 4 teams at 6 and 6. That's 7 teams battling here for 3 final spots of the 4 through 6 seeds. So, without further ado, we've got 3 games to watch today. A lot of players to play. Let's get underway. We start week 12 in the cross-country battle from the northeast to the southwest. Let James Cook here with the overachieving 128 points take him down, just joshing. Now, Josh has underwent some roster reconstruction this season. Theoretically, he bettered his team, but we'll see as he went 30 points under projections here in week 12. Only one player shooting over their projected points. So, this week, Josh was thankful for Jalen Warren playing in a snow game and getting some added work here, while Let James Cook was very thankful that Jaden Daniels had some miraculous comeback in him here, all for nothing with the Commanders. Jackson Smith and Jigba coming out and getting so many receptions every week. Brock Bowers underperforming, but he had Terry McLaurin and Puka Nacua overshooting. Let James Cook rolls here as the 1 seed is all but locked up. We move into the 6th round, Friarmouth versus the running Blacks Don't Matter. This was a good matchup here as both teams went over their projections. 6th round, Friarmouth, very thankful for his running back Josh Jacobs in Green Bay with not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns in week 12 against the 49ers. He's also thankful that Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix are hitting it off with a love story in Denver, and they continue to match up with many, many receptions every week. He has an outside chance of getting in here at 5 and 7, but points for is not in his favor after being terrible for about 5 weeks of this season. Now Judd, he's thankful that Mahomes, but too little too late, was able to go over his projections, and Cooper Kupp, finally healthy, having a good week. Tony Pollard, his trade that he made with Debo, actually looking pretty good. Good work out of Judd there, but too little too late as he is now 4 and 8. Looking at the 11th seed, it's a tough spot to be. He doesn't have the E yet, as that takes us into our next matchup here. Within 1 point, as Jack and Goff, Vale Benson, able to win by 0.54. Actually, no, that's terrible math. 0.58 over A-Chain Hang Low, and Jackson gets the E added onto his name. You never want to see the E here with 2 weeks remaining, but it's been a very tough year as he did go over his projections. He's thankful that A.J. Brown is back and healthy and getting a lot of targets and touchdowns there in Philadelphia, but Saquon Barkley rumbling and stumbling to 300-plus scrimmage yards on Sunday Night Football. Jack and Goff, thankful for Jacoby Myers. Who would ever say that? A lot of his guys are going over projections here. Keenan Allen with his best game of the season. Kyron Williams fumbling. Trey Benson, and maybe that's just a last name thing, he had to start him, but 1.8 points. Still, he needed those 1.8 to get the dub, and Jack and Goff stays alive at 5 and 7 here. We move on to a battle here of ponies. Blackstone versus Stan Halen. Simon and Devin equaled up here at 6 and 6. Devin, very thankful Jonnu Smith is getting really incorporated in this offense. Jahmyr Gibbs rumbling. Chuba Hubbard, maybe the dumbest fantasy player ever. That's good, but he is having a great season here. All going over their projections, and you got to mention the former Gopher, Bucky Irving here, doubling his projections with 24 points for the Buccaneers. A fun team to watch this season. Over in Stan Halen, Baker Mayfield continues to prove he's a worthy starter here in the NFL. Trey McBride, no receiving TDs, unfathomable, but doubling his projection nearly week after week. This matchup wasn't particularly close with a 20-point win for Blackstone. Puts him in the 4 seed here. based on points for. Let's take a look. Devin's in third, Blackstone getting it done. Just 11 points out of second here behind JP. So Devin set up for maybe a playoff run. We'll see. Justin Jefferson, not really much to be shown here, but still getting 117 points even without his first round pick. Now, we move over here to a father and a man out east. Curious Georgie. Deshaun don't touch down. George, he's thankfully picked up Tua for $50, but it wasn't enough as he scored at more than a third of his points with 28. Not enough here to get over Lamar Jackson, David Montgomery, and the man that continues to reconstruct his roster here. He is thankful that he's got George Kittle. He's thankful he's got David Montgomery, Lamar Jackson, even Justice Hill on his bench getting 13. Who would have thought that 50-yard touchdown? Not much more to say about this matchup. A lot of guys going under their projections here for Deshaun don't touchdown there. Curious Georgie gets to another win. You know, don't have to say this, but it's worth mentioning. JP has by far the least amount of points against, so if somebody could actually play against him, maybe put up more than 95, we'll see what that comes out to. We're just going to do some quick math here. 1,078 divided by 12. What's that come out to? Calculator's not working. We're going to do some more mental math here. Something like 90, yeah. And finally, we take us into an ass kicking here as Chad Krogs beats Monday Night R.R.I. Yours truly, 82 points, nearly tripling my score. Everyone going under their projections. Not one player over his projections for Monday Night R.R.I. Just a terrible week when he needed it his most. But I'm going to go over who I'm thankful for. I guess Derrick Henry for keeping me until week 12 having to do this video, because my team has went 1-6 in the last 7 weeks, just fumbling down the stretch here. Chad Krogs, very thankful he's got Saquon Barkley just putting up huge numbers every week. You can almost lock him in for nearly 30 points at this point. It's insane. Jordan Addison, not only as a Vikings fan, but as a fantasy manager, very thankful. He's got J.A. free 3 in his second flex spot, getting 26. I mean, what more can you ask down there? Even Bo Nix on his bench, just hoarding them from everybody else. Roster looks set up for a great playoff run here potentially for Chad Krogs. You know Charlie's always going to be in the mix. Worth mentioning again here too, best team in the league, whoever plays me each week. So if you want to make the playoffs, Judd playing me this week might be a good thing for you, because you just continue to put up points if you go against me. Lose to the 3 in a row. Hottest teams in the league, Vale, Aiden, winners of 3 in a row. Now everybody, love your family this week. Thankful for some food, that there's football on TV. You get to watch your fantasy guys. Hopefully you guys all get to see your family this week. And we're on to week 13. Cheers.